Hi, my name is Sam Dhaneshekaran and welcome to IT for IT Recruiters video series. In this video, we will talk about the evolution of information technology. This is going to be a quick summary. So I'm going to start from the days when the PCs became a main part of the information technology architecture in the business world. So those days there were, single computer, standalone, rather we used to call them standalone, used by individual persons, and then it would have its own operating system, probably MS-DOS or PC-DOS, and then the applications resided in it, like WordStar or WordPerfect, and then the programming languages were installed in there, like BASIC, Pascal, Fortran. So single computer, and then the businesses would buy multiple computers. Again, each would be used by individual people and they were not connected. So each computer needed a copy of application to be installed in there. And then if a file from here, it needs to be shared to here, since they were not connected, they were shared using floppy disks. What is floppy disks? Go on Google. And then they started connecting all those pieces, and once they were connected, and that system was called LAN, which is local area network. Okay, now, I'm not going to get into the details of the networking topology, but then I want to keep this very short and simple, because the ultimate goal of this video series is to explain the different job functions and the skills. But then I think this video would serve as a foundation or the base for those subsequent videos which are to come. Okay, so in this setup there would be a server, and these computers would connect to the server and access the shared resources from that server. Okay, so this gave birth to client-server architecture. So meaning that the client applications were installed on the client PCs, and then the server applications were installed on the server PCs. The client application would connect to the server application, and that's how they used to function. It's kind of like the Facebook app that you download in your mobile, right? So using that app, you can only talk to Facebook, right? So like that, if an accounting software has been installed there, and its client would be installed here. So in your window you will have an accounting icon, and then that would connect only to this server software, and then the accounting function would be carried on using that. So like that, if there is a HR software, and then again a HR client, so each and every computer you need to install the clients. Okay, so this is basically client-server architecture, where the clients are here and the server is here. So what happened next was internet. So internet came, and every business or every other networks started connecting to internet. So now the businesses wanted to set up their own web servers so that they could inform about them to the world. So what they did, they installed web server or HTTP server. Okay. Uh, Again, you can install a HTTP server in your network, or you can rent space from an ISP. Uh, those are not part of this video. Uh, at this point, just understand the concept. So uh, the businesses, they implemented web servers on their network. But those HTTP web servers were only serving static pages, like informational pages, like the one here, right? Right now it's just static, like now it just says welcome to itshots.com and everything. That's it. So like that, these web servers, they were serving only the static pages. But then people wanted more. The businesses wanted more. Like this. They wanted the web to do this, which is to carry out somewhat intelligent function or somewhat intelligent tasks. For example, this Google page, where a visitor can type in a text and then expect something to happen, like searching the internet. So this part is an intelligent part where the web server need to do something. Okay. Or depending upon the sites uh, people visit, or depending upon the sites type of the site, the nature of the business, the website had to become more intelligent. So this is an example of Philadelphia International Airport, where the users can go and check the flight information status and everything. Okay. So as these intelligent tasks were built into the web, it needed another component, and that's called application server. Okay. So what would happen is, the web server will present the web pages, but then within the web page, those fields or those forms or those whatever boxes would be incorporated, and when the user interacts with that, when they send some data, it goes to the application server, and then application server processes it and then brings back the result to the web server, and then the web server present the result as a page. Okay. So things are fine. But then the next question is, but from where the application server would read the data, or to where will it write? Okay. So this is where a database server comes into the picture. Okay. So it would be like this. Web server presents the web page, and if any interaction needs to be made to application server, it happens with the application server. The application server goes and talks to the database server and brings back the data or writes the data, right? So this is what is generally happening. Okay, so this is called a three-tier architecture, which is basically a client in the internet connects to a web server which serves the web pages, and for any intelligent tasks it relies on the application server to perform those intelligent tasks. Like if you go into hotmail.com and you type in your username and password, it has to be processed and you need to be authenticated before seeing your inbox and everything. So those inbox and those things are served by the web server, but then again, the components that build that inbox is built by the application server, and application server reads the data from the database server. Okay, so if you look at that, this would be the front end server. Okay, but then nobody calls this as a front end server, but then this is your front end, which is your web browser. Okay, and then since this web server interacts with this application server, which is kind of in between the database server and application server, application server can also be called as middleware server. And generally database server will be called as a backend server, and these three, 1, 2, 3, when I say 1, this is integral part of this, combine to make a three-tier architecture. The application server interacts with the backend database server and sends the result to the web server. So web server then presents it to the user. Okay, so again let me repeat, this is the base for the subsequent videos in this series. Okay, so a user from internet goes to a website using browser, and the web pages are delivered by this web server, and if any intelligent task is needed, I'm just generalizing it as intelligent. There are different classifications in it, but let's keep it simple as of now. If any intelligent task is needed, the web server interacts with the application server, which in turn interacts with the database server and provide the result, which will be served to the user as a web page. Okay, so that's a three-tier architecture. So this is a general overview of IT architecture implemented by most of the businesses in the world today. Okay, so just understand this. You don't need to remember, like I always say. So once you have some kind of understanding, it would be easier for you to understand the subsequent videos. Thank you for watching. If you have any questions, please send it as a comment. Thanks.